Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our great Highlander bagpiper, Ian Eshelman. Present the class of 2018. Leading the procession are the senior class officers, President and Distinguished Graduate Samuel Barbano, Vice President Gavin Heckel, Secretary and Distinguished Graduate Jamie DeLeonardo, Treasurer Kaylee Varney, Public Relations Chair and Distinguished Graduate Samantha Jerzik, Prom Chair Brianna Phillips, the Student School Board Representatives, and Distinguished Graduate Michael Kawash, Student School Board Representative Karina Pittman, the Senior Officers of the National Honor Society, President and Distinguished Graduate Kaylee Wall, Vice President of Service Akriti Niapani, Vice President of Tutoring and Distinguished Graduate Robert Miller, Secretary and Distinguished Graduate Natalie Summer, Treasurer and Distinguished Graduate Jordan Badasco, Social Committee Chairs Christiana Ballard and Cameron Ryan, and Web Editor Samantha Rock. And the National Art Honor Society officers, President and Distinguished Graduate Nia Lucarelli, Secretary of Service and Distinguished Graduate Emily Kozlowski, and Distinguished Graduate Jacob Lombardi, Vivian Newpany, Scott Warren, Rebecca Case, Taylor David, Taylor Donahue, Sean Doyle, Kathleen Doyle, Corinne Jukowitz, Megan Megan Flavin, Madison Gibson, Michael Goga, Sarah Greb, Brianna Green, Arlen Hooks, Charlie Ann Hooper, Raymond Lumpy Leclerc, Anthony Mendez, Jack Metzovich, Jessica Murray, Dante Parense, Sarah Pavlik, Damian Paff, Nicholas Regal, Isabella Rassa, Maya Stokes, Amberlyn Zekovic, Paul Jensina, Logan Katir Jones, and Emily Yossi. The national anthem as done by the Baldwin Heirs under the direction of Mr. Chris. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the
Please be seated. Our high school band, under the direction of Mr. Michael Garbett, has prepared a medley of service tunes recognizing the following military branches: Army, Air Force and Air National Guard, Navy and Merchant Marines, the U.S. Coast Guard, and the United States Marine Corps. If anyone in our audience this evening, family, friends, or graduates, has ever served or will serve in any of these branches, we ask you to stand and be recognized when your tune is played, and be seated when the next service tune is played. The United States Army. Air Force and Air National Guard. The United States Navy and Merchant Marines. United States Coast Guard. The United States Marine Corps. And now, please welcome Dr. Randall A. Lutz, Superintendent of the Baldwin Whitehall School District.
Good evening, members of the class of 2018, Baldwin Whitehall alumni, parents, friends, relatives, community members, and colleagues. It is both my honor and privilege as the superintendent of the Baldwin Whitehall School District to address you on this important occasion as we celebrate the 78th graduating class of Baldwin High School, the class of 2018. At this time, I would like to recognize each member of the Board of School Directors who volunteer significant amounts of their time to serve our community and children. I would ask that as I announce their name, they please stand to be recognized. Board President, Mr. David Sullivan. First Vice President, Dr. Anthony DeCesaro. Second Vice President, Ms. Karen Brown. Mr. Louis Rinaldi. Mr. Dan Knezevich. Mrs. Janice Tarson. Mr. Gerald Pantone. Ms. Louise Wolf. Mr. Robert Oxen was not able to be with us tonight, but is also very much recognized. Thank you for your commitment and contributions to the school district. I would also like to recognize the district staff present tonight. These staff members have been with you at various stages of your 13-year journey through the Baldwin Whitehall School District. Many of them are here on the field with you, while others prefer a seat in the stands. It is just a small way of saying that we are here with you until the end. At this time, I ask that all staff members in attendance please stand to be recognized. Tonight we celebrate the ultimate event of recognition season in the Baldwin Whitehall School District. What began with the National Honor Society induction and celebration in April takes us to places such as the 5th grade recognition, middle school academic excellence, and even preschool graduation, all the while honoring hundreds of children for their incredible work. But the confusing part for me is that if one is to turn on any network or pick up nearly any publication, we would be led to believe that public education is broken, that public education does not work. We hear stories about disillusioned youth, apathetic parents, and indifferent teachers and staff. Programs like No Child Left Behind and legislation like Every Student Succeed Acts constantly look to increase accountability and make sure we are aware of what needs attention. However, I am here to tell you, public schools work. The Baldwin-Whitehall School District works. Baldwin High School works. Baldwin High School works just not for the 40 distinguished graduates seating in the first rows, nor just for the 5 speakers you will hear from tonight. Baldwin High School has worked for so many more. Baldwin High School worked for students like Kayla Bochter, who has transformed that stereotype of the vo-tech student to that of career and technical education. I have sat in amazement of Kayla during Steel Center meetings when I've heard her share her experiences about the incredible things she has done. Baldwin High School worked for students like Marissa Mice, who entered elementary school with allergies so severe that any exposure could have been life-threatening. But through the trust of her parents and teachers, plans were developed to keep her safe and ultimately resulting in great success for Marissa, not only in the classroom, but on the volleyball court. Baldwin High School has worked for students like Bianca High, who experienced hardship at a very young age, gave up on herself, and thought that most people around her had most likely done the same, only become one of the greatest turnaround stories that I've ever personally witnessed. Bianca has recently been honored by Shasta, as well as our English department this year. For students like Joshua Manning, who transferred from a shy, bashful boy who was not sure whether the enormity of Baldwin High School was for him, into a young man that can light up any room with his smile and a handshake. Baldwin High School worked. Josh's involvement in the National Honor Society, as well as achievement as a winner of the President Award of Academic Excellence, are 2 examples of this metamorphosis. For students like Zoe Vonto, Baldwin High School provided a safe forum to practice self-expression and advocacy on issues that impact today's youth in a manner that, although might not have been contrary to the desires of administration at that time, but were respectful nonetheless. And finally, for nearly 35 years, Baldwin High School has not only worked, but has been home to a Dr. Annette Giovanazzi, who has guided and supported our children through the toughest parts of their lives and helped them to comprehend the incomprehensible. She and many staff just like her are the components to making Baldwin High School and the Baldwin-Whitehall School District work for our students every day. Last week, I was leaving a 5th grade recognition program at Whitehall School when an older gentleman standing in the hallway said to me, "I think we're going to be okay." The comment catching me a little bit off guard, I asked him to repeat it. This time he elaborated. When I see those students in there and look into their eyes and hear all the things that they have done, I know that we are going to be okay. If that is the feeling that parents are having watching elementary students, then I just cannot wait for them to get a chance to experience what is yet to come, just as you have over all these years. Students, your years at the Baldwin-Whitehall School District have provided you the essential skills and knowledge for what comes next in life, whether that is higher education, the military, or the workforce. While graduation provides a wonderful time to reflect on all that you've accomplished, it is also time to look forward and get ready to take that next step. So step proudly and confidently as a graduate of Baldwin High School, and always know that we'll be here to cheer you on. On behalf of the Board of School Directors, the administration, staff, and faculty, may I be among the first to congratulate you, Baldwin High School, class of 2018, and I just know we are going to be okay.
Please welcome to the podium Senior Class President and Distinguished Graduate, Samuel Barbano.
Good evening, fellow classmates, teachers, administrators, and parents. Well, here we are, seniors. This is it. The last 13 years of our lives have led up to this night, and it's truly hard to believe that it is finally here. Over this time, we have gained an enormous amount of knowledge, from learning how to read in kindergarten to now reciting Shakespeare in our senior year. But I am not going to talk about our academic achievements tonight. It is already a celebration of that. Instead, I'm going to talk about the part of high school that we often forget about in our day-to-day lives. The part that I think I cherish the most, the memories and the friendships. The beauty of the class of 2018 is that we all get along so well. Besides those two kids who were lifelong enemies over a Pokemon card battle from second grade. Our class has a great sense of unity. Throughout my years at Baldwin, I have created bonds with not only my friends, but with teachers too. Specifically, those special teachers. Those teachers who show you that they genuinely care about you far deeper than academics. The Mr. Ralzanos, the Mr. Tietzes, and the Miss Barnos of the world that truly make our time here worthwhile. The lifelong memories that we have made as a whole will stick with me forever. While I may not remember the exact plot of Romeo and Juliet or the basics to geometry, I'll never forget the memories that I've made with my friends, like shattering the television on the Revolutionary War trip in 8th grade and keeping it a secret until now. Sorry, Mr. Shaner. I figured now would probably be a good time to tell you. Or events like our lift up, senior prom, and attending sporty events as a whole class while dressing the part for the Highlander huddle. These moments are what make high school worth it. These moments are what make it so hard to leave right now. The teachers and friends that we hold close to our hearts make coming to school every day a great time. Yet, so many times in the last 4 years, we have all prayed for this day to finally come. We all could not wait to move on and be done with high school. But looking back on it, now that it is actually over, I kick myself for ever thinking that way. My only piece of advice to everyone tonight would be to live in the present. For the last 4 years, we have really only worried about our future. We've worried about our colleges and our careers. But tonight is not about any of that. Tonight, we live in the present. My all-time favorite television show, The Office, has a quote that I believe rings true tonight. I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. Now, classmates, please take a few seconds. Look to your right and look to your left. Remember these few seconds. Hold on to this moment, because this is one of the last that we will spend as fighting Highlanders. In this brief moment of time, we are the class of 2018. To my peers, it has been an honor to serve as your president the last 4 years. Class of 2018, thank you. Our time as fighting Highlanders has been an absolute blast.
Representing the distinguished graduates, Bindya Nupeni.
Congratulations. Today's your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guy or the girl who'll decide where to go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow classmates. If you don't know me, my name is Bindya Nupeni. You might be wondering what I just read. We started reading Dr. Seuss's book, and what better way to end than to recall the beginning. Ever since our first day of kindergarten, we were made a plaque that said, Class of 2018. And here we are today, June 4th, 2018. This is the day our parents and teachers have been eagerly waiting for 13 years. Today is the day we all have been waiting for since that first day of kindergarten. Let's take a moment to thank our parents for everything they've done. Thank you for dressing us up from kindergarten to waking us up on Monday mornings and cold winter days our senior year, when all we wanted to do was sleep. Let's thank our elementary teachers who have taught us how to read, write, and talk. Let's thank our middle school teachers for putting up with us throughout puberty and mood swings. Finally, let's thank our high school teachers for making us adults. Thank you for teaching us to embarrass ourselves and to accept differences. I'm a refugee from Nepal, and high school has taught me to be proud of who I am. Not just me, Baldwin has taught all of us to accept ourselves. I still remember the first time walking into this humongous building. I know I was terrified, and I'm sure all of you were too. After getting lost from period 1 to period 2, to trying to maneuver through the crowded hallways, I'm proud to say that if you take me to any location inside this building now, I will find my way out. I'm sure this holds true for all of you as well. High school has become our second home, and no matter where we go and what we do, we will always be the Fighting Highlanders. Today's it, and guess what? Today's our day. There's only one thing left between us and the adult life, the diploma. Once we have walked the ramp and accepted the essential paper, we ultimately end our Baldwin-Whitehall journey and enter into that adult life. Without further ado, carpe diem, seize the day. Thank you and good luck to all.
Representing the distinguished graduates, Jacob Lombardi.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to start off with a small confession. When I was in the 8th grade, I stole a book from Harrison Middle School. It's been more of an extended borrow, but anyway, Mr. Shaner, if you're here, I have your book. But before I give it back, I want to talk about the wisdom I've stolen from it and the impact it has had on my life. Growing up, I witnessed greatness all around me. I was amazed by what I perceived as natural talent in professional athletes, scholars, and performers. I was inspired by their achievements and looked to replicate their success in my own life. That is, until I read Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. In his book, Gladwell argues that there is no such thing as outliers, those people that we view as prodigies due to their natural talent and brilliance. Instead, Gladwell argues that these people become successful through a combination of luck, circumstance, upbringing, and most importantly, a lot of hard work. In one section, Gladwell analyzes the work of a German psychologist who develops what is called the 10,000-hour theory. This psychologist followed the path of young violinists at a Berlin conservatory over the course of 13 years. Over this time, he logged the number of hours that each student practiced. His findings were astonishing. No student became a successful musician without 10,000 hours of practice. And similarly, no student that logged at least 10,000 hours failed to become a successful musician. So what can we take from these young violinists? Natural talent can only take you so far. If you want to achieve excellence, you must invest the time to learn and master your passion, whatever it is. Think of something you've already invested time into. As you spent your hours there, your skills likely improved, whether in an athletic, academic, or artistic endeavor. The same goes for our teachers and parents. How did they become successful in their areas of our expertise in their careers? Countless hours of studying and preparing. We've spent the last 13 years of school developing our passions and interests. For those of you with perfect attendance, that's 16,380 hours, not counting any extracurricular activities. Achieving greatness in any field will take about the same amount of time as we've spent so far, so be patient with yourself. With a lot of hard work, we can all achieve the success we desire. Thank you to all of the teachers, parents, and community members who have invested many of their precious hours into our development, whether it's been through driving us to practice, helping us study, or even loaning us a book. You've set us on a great path to success. Thank you, and good luck.
Please welcome Student School Board Representative Karina Pittman.
Good evening, fellow graduates, teachers, friends, and family. We are here tonight to celebrate both the end and the beginning. It's at times like these in our lives when we often pause to reflect on our past. We find ourselves reflecting on the good, the bad, and all that comes in between. We are happy because we now get to start a fresh chapter filled with promise and potential. However, it is not uncommon for graduates to feel at least a little bit sad because we know that after tonight, our lives will never be the same. So allow me to impart this last bit of advice in relation to some of life's bittersweet moments. With every hello, there's an implied goodbye. Every time you begin a journey, it must someday end. It is impossible to feel joy without knowing sorrow, and it is impossible to feel joy without knowing sorrow, and impossible to feel sorrow without knowing joy. We promise to remember, but you cannot possibly remember unless you first forget. Failure and success are all too often intertwined, and the very second that you fall in love, you are setting yourself up for heartbreak. Experiencing a full range of emotion is part of what it means to be human. No matter who you are or where you all come from, we all think and we all feel many of the same things. However, as we get older and experience grief and regret and loneliness, we tend to become more and more cynical. We see this often in some of the adults that we know. We begin to believe that it would just be easier to stop putting ourselves out there, to stop chasing our dreams, and to stop trying new and wonderful things. Simply put, we close ourselves off to potential happiness because we do not want to suffer. As we sit here at the very end of one journey and the beginning of the next, I cannot caution you enough against becoming cynical and guarding yourself off from all of life's potential negative emotions. Because without them, you can never truly appreciate all of the beauty that this life has to offer. Choose to put yourself out there, undeterred by vulnerability. Choose to say hello, even though you know you must someday say farewell. And above all, despite the pain that invariably comes with it, choose love always. Because the ability to feel love, joy, hope, and yes, even sorrow, is what it means to be human, and is one of life's greatest gifts. Best of luck, Baldwin High School, class of 2018. Despite the pain of goodbye, you are all worth saying hello to.
Please welcome School Board Student Representative and Distinguished Graduate, Michael Kawa.
Greetings, friends, family, staff, alumni, in the illustrious class of 2018. In lieu of a formal speech and of a symbol to represent the strength and creativity of the class of 2018, I give to you spoken poetry. Dear fellow classmates, Standing together here like a tightly knit pack of wolves, united as one, ready to conquer our goals. We did not get to this point to be negligent with ourselves. What did 18 years of our lives teach us, other than reading books off the shelves? It revealed more to life than timed essays and math tests, instilling confidence, character, and to always give our best. We learned that we are indeed human and not invincible, and to never take selfies with Mr. Saris, our vice principal. From football games, AP classes, to the basketball baseline, experiences taught us to spill our emotions and make efficient use of our time. The grit of success and motivation give us strength. If life's a marathon, we won't just complete, but dominate its length. Don't let being average take a place in your minds. Take on every challenge and put the past in the behind. From black, white, Syrian, and even Asian, a diverse group we are, bearing the weight as the next generation. But don't be frightened. The world will come in full circulation. We are precise, speaking intellectually, formally, and even with persuasion. Oh, and yes, when we leave here today, obstacles will be yet to come. Whether a mechanic or pre-med student, we will roar back as loud as a drum. As the seasons change, we may fall, but rise, get back on our feet, just like a red maple tree, sprouting its leaves and upsetting defeat. You see, with the values we learned, no adversity will have the audacity to get in our way. Let it be known, Baldwin's class of 2018 is here to stay. Take with you Mr. Rolzano's ambition, for you will need it on your life's mission. Take with you Mrs. Schulte's brilliancy, for it will only add to your resiliency. Our legacies are waiting. Our time is now. Give the earth inspiration. I dare you to change the world somehow. Whether it's politically advocating, spreading equality, or being the next LeBron James, whatever you do, allow it to reflect back on our names. Don't be afraid of pressure, because that's what makes diamonds. Attack your goals without fear, just like African lions. So with that being said, follow your dreams, and it will determine your fate. Life is short, so do it with passion, not hate. Now my lips are a little dry, so I'm about done with my poetic rhyme. I guess I'll leave it up to you guys. What will you do with your time? Thank you.
And now, Dr. Anthony J. DeCesaro, First Vice President of the Baldwin-Whitehall School District Board of Directors.
Hi, everybody. I'm gonna need another 10 minutes to get this to rhyme. I'm gonna have to put everything together here, so I'm gonna skip it. I want to thank you, Dr. Lutz, and thank you to the Baldwin-Whitehall administration, my colleagues in the school board, our generous faculty and staff, the amazing parents of the district, and finally our students for the hard work and investment they've made in themselves to be able to get to this point. It is truly an honor to be here to speak to you today. The songwriter and poet, Paul Simon, sorry gang, I don't know any Cardi B or Post Malone references, so you're gonna have to Google that or ask your parents. In his hit song Kodachrome, he said, "When I think back on all the crap I learned in high school, it's a wonder I can think at all." Now, less than a condemnation of the school system, I believe he was speaking to the angst of being a teenager, forced to do things that they just don't want to do. But I could be wrong. What I do know is he didn't have to deal with things that you do today. You're the Google, Facebook, Amazon, YouTube generation. You have to deal with the trappings of living in modern-day America, gun violence, drug addiction, and a nation divided on so many fronts. But there is hope. It's you. Everyone sitting here today, the class of 2018, will have the opportunity to repair what has been damaged by circumstance, either through ambiguity, non-action, or intention. Apparently, we don't have the answers, but you guys might. When you first came to Baldwin High School, maybe you grew up here, maybe you went to the elementary and middle schools, maybe you moved from another state, or were just across town, or maybe you came from the other side of the world. No matter. Every one of us thought, that's a pretty big building. Where's the cafeteria again? I do it every time I'm here, and the point being, it now seems commonplace. You're able to negotiate those halls with little difficulty and to help bewildered board members like myself get to the right place. Special thank you to the person helping today. Today you begin again at the beginning. You will leave here today as graduates, of which you should be extremely proud. Getting to this point hasn't always been easy. I know that many of you have overcome extreme hardship and obstacles that had seemed insurmountable. You persevered. You will need that same grit and determination to succeed in the years to come. I urge you to forge your own way, to try valiantly and to fail miserably. Because that is how you learn to succeed. I think of that in my own life. For now is the time to take your calculated chances, not foolish stabs in the dark, but real, honest attempts at personal success. Most of you won't have the courage to attempt such feats. That's okay, but it won't be worthy of memory. Each of you will ascertain the level of risk you find acceptable. Keep in mind that out of a thing called comfortable has never come a thing called extraordinary. So as you leave our humble area of the South Hills, know this: we are watching. We applaud your successes and we grieve for your losses, no matter how big or small they are. For we are Baldwin High School. And no matter how high you go or how low you fall, you have a home and a community right here, one that is willing to welcome you back with no questions asked. On behalf of everyone who has worked for you, with you, taught you, laughed and cried with you, I offer our respect and admiration as you go forward to help make, I should say, our world a better place. Good luck, graduates of 2018 Baldwin High School.
The principal of Baldwin High School, Dr. Walter Gray.
Okay, class of 2018, your graduation day is finally here. And in less than 2 minutes, yes, I promise, less than 2 minutes. Yeah, you can applaud. Before we move on to that part of our celebration, I have a brief story to share with you. It is a parable of the pencil called, simply enough, The Pencil Story. The author is unknown. The pencil maker took the pencil aside just before putting him into the box and said, "There are 5 things you need to know before I send you into the world. Always remember them, never forget, and you will become the best pencil you can be. 1. You will be able to do many great things if you rely on your instincts and apply yourself, trusting to be guided by someone's hand. 2. You will experience a painful sharpening from time to time, but you'll need it to become a better pencil. 3. You will be able to correct any mistake you make. 4. The most important part of you will always be what's inside. And 5. On every surface you are used on, you must leave your mark, no matter what the condition. You must remain focused on your purpose and write your own success story." Class of 2018, you've been a pencil in the making for the past 13 years. And your pencil maker, up to this point in your life, has consisted of many people, including your parents, your family, your teachers, your coaches, your friends. If you're a faithful person, your God, and really anyone who has been connected with you throughout your life journey. Now the time has come for you to be sent out into the world so you can make your mark and make us all proud, as I know you will. So, as you move beyond the halls of Baldwin High School, keep this in mind, and you may want to write this down. Happiness always keeps you sweet. Trials keep you strong. Sorrows keep you human. Failures keep you humble. And success keeps you going. Class of 2018, here's to you and the many, many successes that will keep you going as graduates of the Baldwin Whitehall School District. Congratulations. Now, as my official duty as principal of Baldwin High School, Dr. Lutz, school board directors, and members of the Baldwin Whitehall community, I present to you and certify that the members of the class of 2018 have met the graduation requirements of the Baldwin Whitehall School District and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. The time is yours.
Please stand to be recognized by family and friends. Seniors, please be seated with the exception of the first row, who may now move to receive your diplomas.
Jamie Teresa DiLeonardo.
Kaylee Amelia Varney.
Samuel Francis Barbano.
Gavin George Hackle.
Brianna Marie Phillips.
Karina Marie Pittman.
Samantha Nicole Jerzik.
Michael John Kawash.
Akriti Neopani.
Natalie Rose Sommer.
Kaylee Susan Wall.
Robert Brian Miller.
Jordan Diane Fidosco.
Cameron Elise Ryan.
Christiana Larissa Ballard.
Samantha Marie Brock.
Mia Christine Lucarelli.
India New Painting.
Emily Sophia Spazarski.
Jacob Paul Lombardi.
Rebecca Sheridan Case.
Taylor Marie Donahue.
Scott Josiah Borman.
Sean Joseph Doyle.
Taylor Jordan Dadig.
Corinne Ann Dukevich.
Michael John Goga.
Arlen Quinn Hooks.
Megan Lynn Flavin.
Kathleen Jean Doyle.
Raymond George Luffy III.
Anthony Michael Mendez.
Madison Susan Gitson.
Sarah Elizabeth Greb.
Jack Michael Mezovich.
Dante Anthony Perrin Parente.
Brenna Elizabeth Green.
Charlie Ann Hooper.
Damian Reinhold Paff.
Nicholas Sean Regal.
Jessica Lynn Murray.
Sarah Marie Pavlik.
Bal Krishna Timsina.
Maya Ray Stokes.
Isabella Patricia Rasa.
Logan Josie Fatir Jones.
Amberlyn Susevich.
Emily Janice Yossi.
Kabita Garung.
Durga D. Adhikari.
Avisik Acharya.
Zachary Adams.
Sangita Adhikari.
Sita Adhikari.
Alden Ajanovic.
Nicholas Anthony Antonio.
Jonna Anissa Backers.
Abby Rose Banizak.
Joshua David Barone.
David Luke Bear.
Amber Lynn Bandai.
Emma Nicole Berta.
Corey James Berger.
Moni Bandari.
Bendari.
Sabina Bandari.
Guman Singh Biswa.
Joseph Andrew Bola.
Ariana Christo Bivens.
Erica Lynn Blanner.
Chris Bonomi.
Emil Alexander Brackus.
Kayla Bachner.
Kaylee Renee Briggs.
Ethan Tyler Brandt. Marie Bristow.
Haley Elizabeth Brown.
Mark Cardillo. Narbada Budatoki.
Olivia Louise Capasso.
Alexander James Chafin.
Tyler Anthony Cholowinski.
Jaden Brienne Castine.
Michaela Ann Cavateo.
Louis Michael Sapola.
Chandler Dean Klein.
Anaja Lerae Chancellor.
Lauren Louise Conklin.
Elijah Nashawn Curry.
Nicholas Dino DeJeans.
Hannah Michelle Conlon.
Sarah Elizabeth Cooper.
Michael Patrick Delahanty Jr.
Sean Demko.
Leah Nicole Corbett.
Savannah Marie Davis.
Dylan DeSimone.
Madon Dungle.
Kylie Dawes.
Catherine Marie Diley.
John Henry Dixon.
Anthony Joseph DeLucci.
Sarah Madeline Dempsey.
Januka DeCall.
Michael Angelo D'Imperio IV.
Cameron Richard Donnelly.
Sir Milar Doe.
Ariana Ivy Doper.
Corey Scott Donovan.
Devin Patrick Doherty.
Elena Lynn Eccles.
Olivia Grace Elk.
Andre Ives Drury.
Matthew Noah Jeddick.
Patricia Ann Esposito.
Sarah Kaylin Fader.
James Zekin.
Zachary Robert DeZora.
Brittany May Faust.
Rayleigh Charm Ferrero.
Lon Thar A.
Jordan Tyler Ferentz.
Skylar Allison Flanagan.
Parbati Gautam.
Daniel James Figueroa.
Nicholas James Famera.
Zuka Gasa.
Thema Gimere.
Austin Hunter Flora.
Bradley Michael Friedman.
Shannon Rose Graylish.
Hannah Nicole Gray.
Elias Robert Gary.
Caleb John Giel.
Anjana Garung.
Santi Garung.
Cade Jonathan Nazo.
Douglas Tibor Gorski.
Emma Christina Hampsey.
Catherine Marita Haney.
Mirza Gersik.
Kyle Patrick Grimm.
Cassandra Louise Harding.
Leah Harlan.
Evan Michael Gruber.
Rajesh Garung.
Cassidy Cord Harms.
Kelsey Annette Heenan.
Justin William Hackman.
Jared Charles Haggis.
Bianca Renee High.
Haley Nicole Huber.
Charles Harris.
Douglas Ronald Hartog.
Paige Ann Humphreys.
Kirsten Marie Jones.
Jonathan Dean Hawk.
Robert Tyler Hoffman.
Caitlin Michelle Joyce.
Olivia Rose Kale.
Joseph Gray Huey.
Garrick Douglas Hutchison.
Hannah Jewel Kalwarski.
Grace Ann Aaron Keeley.
Devlin Seamus Iaquinta.
Adam Joshua Jackson.
Sydney Alexis Keller.
Isabella Evelyn Kenny.
Nicholas Paul Jackson.
Jeremy Charles Jenkins.
Nadine Khalil.
Bomika Carell.
Brian Julius Johnson, Jr.
Deontay Damon Johnson.
Chandra Carell.
May Mon Kine.
Blake David Kaslowitz.
Chad Thomas Kelly.
Haley Victoria Close.
Cheyenne Crystal Kineski.
Jamil Antoine Khalil.
Vishal Karel.
Annalie Rose Kwiatkowski.
Abby Francis Larkin.
Noah Thomas Kinnear.
Daniel David Kolsky.
Hannah Catherine Leszek.
Kayla Ray Lesofsky.
Matthew Kineski.
Carl John Kraus.
Jacqueline Helena Lorkovic.
Rebecca Lynn Lowe.
Nicholas James Latchett.
William Richard Laplace.
Magdalene Lunega.
Christina Angel Madden.
Evan Dylan Laurent.
Calvin Parker Lengel.
Noor McCool.
Bria Lynn Mamula.
John Russell Lima.
Gary Douglas Lohman III.
Brandy Marsh.
Deja Marie Massey.
Jacob Michael Maggs.
Joshua James Manning.
Riley Elizabeth Matthews.
Grace Louise McCusker.
Joshua Elias May.
Timothy Lee McWilliams Jr.
Marissa Nicole Mice.
Mira
Harrison Lambert Merlot.
Scott Michael Meyer.
Megan Janelle Miskeski.
Tiana Murkai.
Zachary Richard Miller.
Jake Christopher Monroe.
Michelle Caitlin Mullins.
Faith Nicole Muse.
Matthew Scott Moore.
Antoine Bradley Mosley.
Madison Cecilia Nemick.
Hera Nepal.
Santi Mumba.
Ronald Musto Jr.
Emily Nicole Neugebauer.
Savannah Miracle Wen.
Aaron Michael Novak.
John William O'Brien.
Morgan Riley Ott.
Delaney Carson Pavlik.
Jonathan Russell Otto.
Frank Owusu.
Maria Perello.
Kayla Marie Pham.
Jacob Joseph Panchek.
Anthony Pekich.
Claire Celeste Plunkett.
Alicia Pakwal.
Michael John Petrelli.
Stephen Noah Potts.
Delilah Monique Rush.
Elena Francis Price. Auden.
Julia Gabriella Prelick.
Sevilla M. Rize-Ava.
Joshua Thomas Purcell.
Sujan Rai.
Babita Rai.
Sita Sanyasi.
Dominic James Prothero.
Michael James Randall.
Carly Nicole Santillo.
Trista Lynn Scanlon.
John Vier Ramson.
Austin Michael Reed Bankovich.
Catherine Elise Savage.
Amanda Haley Sheezer.
James Joseph Rebel.
Benjamin Grant Remlinger.
Anne Marie Schaefer.
Jillian Grace Schmidt.
Bibe Karigmi.
Valan Rajepi.
Emily Rose Schessler.
Kayla Lynn Savaco.
Lucas Charles Angus Rennie.
Cedric Mandel Riddick Jr.
Kylie Joan Schmidt.
Tatu Shea.
Logan Thomas Richards.
Jordan Anthony Riskus.
Aubrey Shaw.
Sydney Diane Smith.
Elijah Andre Rios.
Brendan John Ross.
Haley Lynn Smith.
Kaylee Samantha Stegline.
Jordan Michael Rush.
Austin David Rust.
Alina Nicole Stahl.
Keshabi Subedi.
Nino Christian Roberto.
Bradley John Simon.
Jamie Lynn Stone.
Annie T. Tarley.
Kevin McCullough Sheehan.
Lucas Stephen Smith.
Taya Virginia Swagger.
Dot Lee Tail.
Yogesh Siwakoti.
Michael William Starzinski.
Bawana Thapa.
Ashton Nicole Vadis.
Joseph Anthony Starr.
Arian Talla.
Haley Jane Troy.
Rachel Elizabeth Weibel.
Lance Robert Stein.
Easton Troy Tamburi.
Zoe Hajra Nambain Vontal.
Hannah Adela Winter.
San Badu Tamang.
Zenith Thapa.
Anna Williams. Vincenzo Michael Tehan.
Corey Robert Tierney.
Kaylee Wisniewski.
Ethan Alexander Wehunt.
Liam Patrick Varney.
Mason Trent Watson.
Stephanie Zawi.
James Francis Waderick III.
James Tilden Vensel Jr.
Robert Frank Wolfson.
Jacob Douglas Widmer.
Austin James Zerngable.
Trayvon Artitz Wilder.
Ian Thomas Zandier.
Quincy Woodson. Donald Robert Zagraki.
Once again, please welcome Dr. Randall Lutz to certify the class of 2018.
Realize other than a 2-hour delay, that's the biggest applause I'd ever get. As superintendent of the Baldwin Whitehall School District, I am honored to present to you the Baldwin High School class of 2018. These students have fulfilled graduation and curriculum requirements of the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the policies of the Baldwin Whitehall School District, entitling them to a diploma with all the intended privileges and responsibilities. And so by the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Baldwin Whitehall School District, I declare the members of the Baldwin High School class of 2018 graduate from Baldwin High School this 4th day of June 2018.
Seniors, please stand as Samuel Barbano in his final act as leads the class in the turning of the tassel.
Are you ready? You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join members of the Baldwin High School Choir singing the Alma Mater. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Baldwin High, our alma mater, will be true to you. In our work and in our travels, all the long years through. Joy we've seen and sadness too, but this the bond made strong. Through the years that are before us, we'll remember you.
And now, at 8:44, exactly at sunset, the seniors will perform the traditional hat toss on the count of 3. 3, 2,